Now, the cessation of toll collections across the country remains in full force despite a directive from the Speaker of Parliament to the Roads and Highways Minister to withdraw an earlier directive to that effect. Following the Finance Minister's announcement on Wednesday, 17th November, on the floor of Parliament, which was tied to the approval of the fiscal policy, the Roads Minister, in a statement, directed for the proposed policy to take effect on the midnight of Thursday, November 18. Motorists have since the announcement enjoyed free tolls, but Speaker of Parliament has described the action of the Roads Ministry as a breach of the law. He charged the minister to immediately reverse the directive.
I can see the majority leader is so agitated that I see his body gyrations. Is there something that the Speaker has wrongly stated that you want to draw his attention to? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not agitated. I was following your own statement, and I thought that on this occasion, the Speaker, with the greatest respect, cannot issue directive on his own to the Minister. You cannot. It should be a decision of the House, that the House takes exception to this. And that, because this is not a ruling. Please, a directive, can you please listen? A directive is not a ruling. A directive, as the Speaker is saying, is not a ruling. So I'm just saying that if it's a decision of the House that we want to convey to the Minister, it should be so stated. But when the Speaker says that it is my directive, Mr. Speaker, I thought, with the greatest respect, there's something wrong with it. But I'm not challenging what you are saying.
This is a statement. This is a statement made by a member after the indulgence of the House and the leave of a Speaker. It's not a matter that has been opened up for debate for the House to take a decision. A matter opened up for comments which have been made by members. There have not been consensus on the matter. But I have taken the view, after listening to your comments and knowing what the law is, have stated my position, and based on my position, I'm giving a directive. It is not a decision of the House. I've not said it's a decision of the House, because the House has not reached any decision. So it's for us to draw his attention and tell him that you have no such authority. In spite of all the legal and linguistic gymnastics that have been displayed, it is very clear that what the minister sought to do, he has no such authority to do that. It's not a matter of operationalization of the law. There is no such law for him to operationalize. There is no such law. The law we have now has imposed the fees that they have been collecting. So it's being implemented. It's not like it's something you are going to now start. And so I want to clearly direct that what the minister has released is complete brutum fulmin. It means it's an empty boast. It has no effect. If it is true,
well, in a response to the Speaker, however, the Roads Ministry explained that the decision to cease collection of tolls was as a result of attacks and near fisticuffs between toll booth attendants and motorists minutes after the Finance Minister's announcement in Parliament. He also explains that the ministry will ensure that the right thing is done. I'm bringing you details of that statement that has been issued. And it says clarification on cessation of road and bridge tolls nationwide following the presentation of the 2022 budget statement and economic policy of government by the Honorable Minister of Finance on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic. On Wednesday, November 17, the Ministry of Roads and Highways directed the cessation of the collection of road and bridge tolls effective 12 a.m. on Thursday, November 18. The ministry is aware that the statement on the road and bridge tolls by the Minister of Finance as captured under paragraph 306 of the 2022 budget was to the effect that the cessation will be triggered immediately after Parliament approves the budget. Unfortunately, the Minister of Finance's statement either got misunderstood or misinterpreted by some motorists, as many of them deemed the statement as having immediate effect and therefore decided not to pay the road and bridge tolls. The insistence of the toll collectors to have the tolls paid caused serious confusion and in some cases resulted in fisticuffs and damage to lives and property. It was to avert further unfortunate incidents that the ministry intervened by issuing the directive. It goes on to say the ministry wished to assure that the action taken was to suspend the operationalization of the collection of the tolls and not to suspend the law. The ministry is aware of Parliament's role in the imposition of taxes and the fixing of levies and charges, and in the fullness of time, the appropriate thing would be done. And this statement issued by the Public Affairs Unit of the Ministry of Roads and Highways. What must be noted, though, is that the earlier statement issued by the ministry asking for persons not to pay tolls was signed by the substantive minister there at the ministry.